ShopDog says, welcome to another Pontiac video. This one will be exciting. They haven't pushed the buttons yet. So we're going to give him a rundown on what's going on. And they're going to get to see how all that works. It looks like some Dakota stuff showed up. So we will debut that later. I'm sure that's going to be fun. So diesel's going to get changed. Welcome. ShopDog says it's pretty impressive what's going on here. So they've had a cursory look. And now, Pixie's going to come over here and play with all the buttons. So, okay, turn the knob. There you go. So that's low, and it's on dash.
Yep, so you can feel it.
And you can feel.
Do you have that little blowy thing?
Oh, yes. Let me go get one of them Moomras or Moomraths or whatever it was from Alice in Wonderland wedding. So that we can see, you can see it in the wind from the fan. Because, yes, we can feel the wind of the vents, but you can't. So she turned it off. Okay. And you can see, and that's on low. High, you guys are probably going to feel. Look at that thing. Just, oh, it takes off. The one that's impressive to me is the defroster. Holy moly, that thing goes. De-ice.
That'll defrost a windshield in no time flat.
Yeah, that is amazing. And we've got the water valve set up so that you can see it work. But yeah, I would say they're pretty happy with this. And the best part is, when we're done, you'll never know we did anything.
Did you get a shot of all this turning?
I don't know. I will hold that right there. Let's see. Go all the way to hot. And then all the way to cold. And of course it's moving that heater valve, and I mean it's...
So that'd be full air conditioning. This would be a blended kind of somewhere in the middle of freezing cold. And then all the way
yeah, and their strategy is, unless you're on the floor, they almost always leave the AC running as a dehumidifier.
That makes sense.
So unless you're on full heat or on floor, they're dehumidifying. So yeah, I'm really impressed with how well the blower moves air in this thing. Okay, they like the concept of this knob and how solid it is. So you gotta admit, it's, yeah, it locks. It locks down like it means it. So those little inserts are pretty slick. Yeah, we just gotta address this edge because this was the bottom when it printed. You know, and then when it printed, there was a cavity in there with a profile, and then you heat that insert and pop it in there. That'll clean up really nice. Okay, so you can see the old one's slightly damaged, missing some stuff. Here's the new one. Our problem, of course, is this sucker is a lot deeper on the top. So you can see that's 10 inches. Well, we need it to be more like 6 inches. So, because of the air conditioning. So we're going to have to play with that a little bit and see what we can do and the best way to actually do the work. We're looking to try to maximize our space in here. We would really love it if the glove box went all the way to this box. So we're playing the ball of snakes game and seeing what we can do to move some of this. So on our old one, we're cutting something out that we're going to try to slide in there and see what we've got. One of the things we want to do though is we're going to tape something on here to give us our reference for those top holes, because of course it's missing on this one. So we're just going to take some of the cut off or a piece of cardboard just so we can line it up correctly. We think that this is going to be the right solution for dealing with that one hose for the defroster. It's just notching the top. I had to remove an awful lot of stuff to do our test fit because it's a nightmare getting this in here. But that will work. It's going to make some things complicated, but I can work with that. So we're going to pop that out. We don't want to lose the keys because it's a lot harder to get those out if you lose the key. So, and you'll notice we finally found the bezels and the locks for that. That's out because we want to make some little brackets. Remember, this is the actual stereo, and this is what he had spoofed for that. We want to make a bracket so that that can just bolt to these points here and suspend that. And this is not very heavy, so it's no biggie there. And remember, snow is slippery. Okay, he's still working on cutting up the glove box. I've got some work to do under there anyway. I didn't bring a light, so obviously you can't see it, but I did mount the fuel pump relay. So that's mounted, and this was just so they could play with the AC stuff. We don't need that in there anymore. So we're just kind of working through it all. This is coming out really slick. Something fun. Blue tape will pull that wax stuff right off of there. Well, it is what it is. We didn't know that. So show me what you got going on here.
So we cut this down. We made flaps.
Yeah.
I think we've got to score this to get it cut. But I think we're going to do something like that.
And then a couple pop rivets and we're good.
Yeah. We've got to score it along here to get a little fold line. And then I think we'll be ready to rivet the thing together. I think this will have to get cut off. But again, we're flapping on where we need to be.
I got to talk over the copyright strike.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I am working out our bracket adapter, and they are getting a lot closer to this. Oh, wow, I'm zoomed in. There we go. So,
Is that how that's supposed to work?
Nope. Somehow you did that wrong. Let's take a look. And that one worked really nicely. And that means it won't be pushing on anything. This is going to work. The hard part's getting it in and out of the freaking car. If you want to sharpen a drill bit, the first thing you have to do is find the machine. And we finally found it. Now that is a nice sharp bit. So he should be able to cut paper with that. Just like that, I think that's where we're going to stuff wires. I think we're actually winning here. Getting ready to mount that. Should have plenty of room now. I've got to move some snakes up out of the way. But this is going to work. When I slid that in there, these connectors were really close to the bottom of the dash frame. So now we've added a little bit of a cant. We've moved the radio itself up. This is going to work pretty slick. So that should give us a little more favorable access to these connectors. So let me get that in there and we will take a look and see how bad that is. It's a short fit and it's very tight, but I think this will actually work. One of the things is this cable doesn't need to go around that. It'll actually go like this, and that should buy me that little bit I need. I just had this in here. I'll try it again. Getting it through that grommet sucks. But we'll take a look. I just got to make sure before we finalize the radio. And we don't have those little bezels. He's got them on order. So when they get here, because that's where it turned out these were. They were in the wrong spot. Okay. Look at that. It's barely enough. But that's all it has to be. So, you can see, hopefully you can see. I can't see what you're seeing. And then that also leaves us room because we remember what all the switches we want here are. The momentaries for the Dakota, and then they're going to add 2 seat heaters. So the momentaries will probably go in the middle for the Dakota, and then seat heater here and seat heater here. And those will look slick. So yeah, hanging this actually worked really nice. I'm very happy. Okay, since there's no kill like overkill, look at what they're doing. They're really going crazy. This looks good though. This is gonna work really, really, really nice. Hey, ShopDog, I'm coming. You just run faster than I do. Yeah. Let's see what they're up to in here. Oh, they're up to no good. I can tell. We have little hold downers on the back of this so that all the cabling will not be visible. And right now he is verifying screws before we try to put that box in. It's going to remind us all that aftermarket garbage is garbage, but I still won. So now look at how giant that is. It is absolutely touching everything. It is friction fit, and aftermarket crap. The notch for the latch is, you know, 1.5 inches off. The 2 top screws in the middle, not going to happen because there's nothing to screw into, but at least that one lined up. The bottom ones, the ones you actually will see, lined up perfectly. So, it is what it is. Yeah, well, you got to turn the knob. So you're on medium. So Inspector Neighbor Jeff is checking things out. What one are you on?
Feel good on the back? It's on vent.
Yeah, it's
No, it's not on vent. It should be on dash. It should be this one. Yeah. Now go to the middle button.
Ooh, it's cold.
That should be up on top. That'll be defrost. And then the far one is the floor.
What's the second to last one for?
The other ones are blends between the two. So it blends between the dash and the defrost, or the defrost and the floor.
Yep.
Pretty typical for old Chevys. Looks pretty good. Works really good.
That's pretty cool.
Like little victories. See that dome light? Now you don't. Now you do. Same with the courtesy lights. Kevin's holding the other one, so if I hold my door closed, open your door. God, that's so cool. Okay, so here's a factory one. Here was our little tester made out of fiberboard. Here's the real ones. As you've seen in the last few videos, they work. I'm just so tickled that this concept worked the way it did. It's very satisfying pushing those buttons. Even ShopDog's on board with it. We stole the light out of the Impala, since that's getting rewired anyway. And unfortunately, because that's on a battery line, I'm not hooking that up right now. He's got the bezels on order for that. So we'll fix that next week, hopefully. He's been playing seatbelt games. Things in here are really starting to come together. But look at that. We were able to make a giant glove box. I'm very, very happy about that. That really came out nice. So you can see it's really starting to come together. Now, that vent, you know, is what it is. I don't think anyone will notice it. Especially once, you know, the center console's in. So this is really, really just advanced a ton. And we decided there was no reason to leave that straight across. So we arced that because it just might make our lives that little bit better when we're putting this console in. Because it is very difficult to install this. So luckily, I think it's only going to go in a few more times. And then that's that. ShopDog has cleared a room, so we're in here now. Woohoo! Because ShopDog's known for a little gas and tripping me. So we're going to turn that heater off. We don't need it anymore. We were just discussing some more console stuff and going over exactly how we want to do that. Yeah, this is starting to really shape up. We're very happy with that stereo being mounted there. We're super happy that we were able to get a glove box in. And what'd you whack off that thing? 3 inches?
Yeah, it was 3 inches.
And yet it's still huge. It's bigger than the one in the Camaros are from the factory.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and all of this is working and we're getting really excited. It's neat when you see stuff actually work, isn't it?
When you take the idea and you see it actually come to life, that's when it really starts to become exciting.
Yeah, and then you're like, ooh, let's put the motor in. Let's get some tires on there. Come on, let's go. Ollie's like, yep.
There's way too much snow on the ground.
So at this point, on the Pontiac project for this weekend, what do we say?
Thanks for watching.